Welcome. My name is Jen. Thank you for joining me. In today's practice, I will be leading you through some poses and stretches for your hips and lower back, two intertwined areas that are oftentimes giving us some issues. Just remember, this practice is not intended to diagnose or treat any conditions. For chronic lower back pain and or other hip-related issues, it is best to consult your physician. Find your way to your mat and let's begin in our hero pose or any other seated position that feels comfortable for you. Now let's take a moment to return to our breath as we listen to the sound of the nature in the background. Return to the present moment as we settle into our space without judgment. On your next breath, bring both hands up toward the sky and then forward fold gently, reaching our hands to the top of our mat and away from the crown of our head as we relax our entire spine. Soften up the sacrum as you push your weight back towards your heels. You don't have to push your weight all the way back either, and feel free to use your yoga accessories available to you at this time. Continue to relax the shoulders and breathe fully. When you're ready, bring yourself up to a tabletop position and then into a frogger pose. Bring your knees out to the edges of your mat. Reach your hands to the top of your mat once again and lower your heart towards the earth. Feel the tight groins opening here as you continue to soften up and lengthen your back muscles. Staying mindful of our breath and staying in tune with our body. Now let's add a few rock backs, coming up gently, pushing our hips forward and down, and then rocking back. Just give me a few here, and just be gentle with yourself and your body always. A little bit of dynamic movement for hip mobility as we continue to listen to our body. Now hold it again for a couple of long breath cycles. Reset, set your intentions, and then bring yourself back up to all fours. Place your hands directly beneath the shoulders and knees beneath the hips to keep your back flat. We will continue with our hip mobility with a few hip cars. Cars stand for controlled articulate rotations, rotating our knee out to the side and rotating back in. Feel your glutes activating here. Big muscle group. When you're ready, switch sides and give me a few on this side, keeping your hips as stable as possible and mindfully breathing throughout. On your next breath, roll up one vertebrae at a time and come to your full kneeling position. And then breathe in, hands and arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Inhale deep and reach your fingertips back up toward the sky. Exhale, lower and place your hands on your waist or your lower back. Gently tilt your head back to open your throat and open your chest. Bring your head back to neutral. Another deep breath and a soft forward fold as you exhale. Now let's bring ourselves back to our tabletop and then step our left foot forward, kind of to the edge of our mat, and placing both hands to the inside of the foot, coming into our full lizard. You may choose to stay on your knee, your back knee, or you may curl your toes and stay lifted. Now let's add a few microcircles here just to get the hips to fire up. Just again, remember to honor your body. You may choose to do this while you're on your knee. Just listen to your body. Send breath and energy to those tight hips. And stay mindful of your breaths. Well done. Now let's prepare to welcome a twisted lizard. You may stay on your knee or come up on your toes and reach that left arm up and behind you. You may gaze over your shoulder or keep your gaze softly towards your mat. Open the chest, open the tight shoulders, and breathe fully. Now reach your hands back up and then all the way back down. Let's frame our foot between our hands, slowly dancing that left foot to frame between your hands and welcome a full runner's lunge. Lower the knee back down, tuck the shoelaces under, and reach your fingertips back up toward the sky. As you exhale, place your hands on your waist. Now let's lengthen the tight hip flexors along with your quadriceps here and gently pull the lower belly up and in. Stack your head, heart, and pelvis and stay upright. Reach your hands back up as you take that deep breath, and then exhale, place your hands on your thighs and then gently shift forward here without placing too much pressure on your knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands behind you once again, and just lift your sternum here. Slightly tilt the head back once again to open the throat. Bring the head back to neutral. Inhale, back up toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold, framing our foot between our hands once again. And now let's welcome a lovely pigeon by dancing our foot all the way across. Now your front leg here does not have to be perfectly straight across. Again, honor your mobility and honor your range. Stay upright here and stay with your proud pigeon. On your next breath, humble yourself by lowering down to the earth, reaching your hands to the top of your mat. This is called humble pigeon. This will allow our back, including our sacrum, to soften back up. Continue to mindfully breathe. Next inhale, lifting back up to proud pigeon. Now create some space by curling the back toes and gently step that foot back and welcome another all fours tabletop position. While we're here, let's go ahead and squeeze in a few cat and cow stretch to continue to decompress our spine. As you exhale, round your back for a cat stretch. Inhale, drop the belly back down, lengthen the back, look halfway up. Exhale, round fully, navel into the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Good work. Now let's switch. Right foot to the outside of the right hand, welcoming the lizard on this side of our body. Opening tight hips. When you're ready, let's welcome that twisted lizard and reach that right arm up and then tuck that hand behind you. Opening the chest, tight shoulders as we keep our gaze up or softly down towards the mat. Reaching back up, placing the hand back down and welcoming the microcircles to continue to fire up the tight hips, loosen up the tight groins, send some energy. Just stay mindful and remember that you may come out of a pose any moment you choose to. This is your practice and your body, so always listen to your body. I'm simply here to be your guide. Alrighty, on your next breath, drop your back knee back down and dance your right foot between your hands. Framing that foot between our hands, let's reach our arms up, fingertips to the sky, stacking our head, heart, and pelvis, placing our hands to our heart space, and staying here in our low lunge. Staying nice and upright, place your hands on your waist and gently pull that belly, lower belly up and in once again to allow the hip flexors to release and lengthen. On your next inhale, hands back up, interlacing our fingers and placing our hands on our leg. You may gently shift forward here to allow for more opening of the hips, without placing too much pressure on that knee. Take another deep breath towards the sky. Exhale, lower your hands behind you. Gently tilt the head back to open the throat once again. And just see how your lower back feels here at the same time. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, forward fold. And welcoming that lovely pigeon on this side of our body. Feel free to use some support here by placing a yoga block or a pillow on your hips to support your body weight, especially if you're having trouble keeping your body weight to the center of your mat. Stay nice and upright here and continue to settle as we welcome our proud pigeon. When you're ready, lower your hands back down or your forearms all the way down your mat. Relax your forehead into your mat and soften up the spine. Feel free to place your hands behind your head or keep your arms over your head. Soften up the sacrum once again as we enjoy this nice and yummy hip opener. Lifting back up to proud pigeon, creating a space by curling our toes and walking our right leg back and immediately into our all fours once again. And yes, child's pose to reset and self-reflect. Once again, support yourself when needed. Lifting back up to all fours, curling the toes, and guess what? Welcoming our first downward facing dog of the practice. Since this is your first downward facing dog, feel free to keep your knees bent here to accommodate the tight muscles on the back of the legs. And take your dog for a walk and soften up the tight muscles on the back of the legs, especially your calf muscles. Get a deeper stretch for your calf muscles by pressing both heels back and holding the stretch. On your next breath, three-legged dog, lift your left leg toward the sky and then bring that left knee towards your nose. And then immediately walk your hands to the center of your mat, keeping your legs in this wide straddled position. Oh, I love this one. Standing, wide, straddled legs. Lengthen the back muscles here as you relax and lower your head down, all the way down, or just allow your head to fall heavily. Now let's add some hip mobility work here with one of my favorites, a variation of alternating Cossack squat. So shifting our weight from one side to the other as we straighten our legs to allow for the tight adductors to lengthen and stretch. You may also add a hamstring stretch here by rotating your toes toward the sky. Again, please honor your range. Now relax and prepare to walk your hands back towards the left foot. Create some space and step that left foot back. You may hold a plank here just for a little bit. Tap into your strength and lower the knees back down and welcome another child's pose and release the back. On your next breath, let's welcome our first cobra of the day. Since this is our first cobra, you are more than welcome to stay in your forearms here. Stay in your baby cobra or a sphinx as we welcome the spinal extension. But if you feel confident, there's no constriction in your back whatsoever, you are more than welcome to go into your full cobra here and enjoy that full extension. Alrighty, let's lower down to the mat, roll into the side of our body using our arm as our pillow, and then all the way into our supine position. Let's lie down on our back here. Staying in the center of our mat, give yourself a big hug, knees to chest, Wrap your hands behind the legs and press your lower back into your mat and give yourself a gentle and soothing massage here as you rock side to side in a controlled manner. So yummy for the back. Alrighty, let's lower our feet down to the earth and prepare to welcome our reclining pigeon or figure four. Place your left ankle slightly above your right knee and reach for the back of the leg as you interlace your hands behind that leg and then gently pull the legs closer to your heart as you relax back down your mat. Enjoy this nice and deep stretch for your glutes, the piriformis, hard to reach area that's causing our hips to feel tight. Alright, on our next breath, prepare to switch. Now right ankle slightly above the left knee. Welcome that figure four. Reach for the back of the leg as you continue to relax your entire back onto your mat. Breathe fully. And on your next inhale, bring your knees together once again. Place your hands below the knees and curl up into a ball. And lower back down to relax. Next up is a happy baby. Place the soles of your feet together or your heels together or open wide for a full happy baby experience. Massage out the back by rocking side to side, once again in a controlled manner, and just channel all that happy baby energy. Alright, let's bring our knees together and place both feet back down to the mat. Straighten the right leg down and bring your left knee towards your heart. Take time to loosen up the ankle here and then prepare to go into our full spinal twist. Bring that left knee across our body and reaching that left arm up across as we look over that shoulder. Keep the lungs open and expand the chest as we soften up the lower back and stretch the hips. Feel free to hold the stretch longer, but I'll go ahead and switch sides. Bringing my right knee towards my chest now, loosening up my right ankle, and welcoming my spinal twist on this side. Gently pulling that knee across my body as I reach my right arm up and expand the lungs and open the chest, gazing over that right shoulder. Feel that stretch on the outer part of your right hip into your lower back. I love this one. And once again, feel free to hold this stretch for as long as you like while I go ahead and prepare for my relaxation. Bring the soles of my feet together and my knees to butterfly wings to open the tight groins, tight hips as I keep my back relaxed on my mat, and then place my hands to heart center. And once you're ready to join me, I encourage you to stay here in your relaxed state for as long as you need, returning to your breath in the present moment without judgment, allowing your body to fully relax from your head down to your toes, and falling into a place of stillness and calm. Thank you once again for joining me today. Namaste.